Hi, welcome to another video of Facts World. This is the first video of our playlist. What if? So without wasting time, let's get started. What if you sleep on your bed and suddenly your eyes open and you are in Amazon rainforest? What will you do? What difficulty you will face? How could you survive in the forest? Let's talk about it. The Amazon is an incredibly unique place. It is the world's largest rainforest and river system, and the most biologically diverse place on Earth. It contains millions of species, most of them still undescribed. Both the Amazon's forest and freshwater systems are at risk. Since the year 2000, rainfall has declined across 69% of the Amazon forest. WWF estimates that 27% of the Amazon biome will be without trees by 2030. If the current rate of deforestation continues, protecting and conserving the Amazon is no easy task. But WWF has been working to save this important place. So when you've been in this forest, you will see a lot of dangerous animals. The Amazon is one of Earth's last refuges for jaguars, harpy eagles, and pink river dolphins. And it is home to sloths, black spider monkeys, and poison dart frogs. It contains 1 in 10 known species on Earth, 40,000 plant species, 3,000 freshwater fish species, and more than 370 types of reptiles. Over 2,000 new species of plants and vertebrates, including a monkey that purrs like a cat, have been described since 1999. How to survive in the rainforest. Rainforests are famous for the long rains. In average, the precipitations are of 2 meters per year. In the rainforests live a multitude of insects, animals, plants and microorganisms. About 2/3 of known plant and animal species on the planet live in these forests. There are so many species that today we can still discover new ones. It was estimated that to identify all insects of the Amazon forest are needed at least 3,600 years. This figure comes from the fact that there are very few people who work in this sector. Think that only in one tree were counted over 70 different species of ants. Life in the rainforest is limited to a few indigenous communities, although the place is full of food and water. The survival in these areas is almost impossible unless you have the knowledge and the necessary skills. Many soldiers who were lost in these areas have not been unable to return home alive. How can you survive in the rainforest? Walking in the forest is really difficult. The soil is constantly wet and slippery. The surface on which walking is formed by leaves and trees in decomposition and by very mud. Under these conditions, sprain an ankle or break a leg can be very easy. You must be careful to snakes. It is very easy to mistake some branch for one of them. Usually snakes don't attack humans unless they feel threatened. If while we walk stepping on a snake, probably it will react by biting our leg. The humidity in a rainforest is unbearable. In the warmer seasons it can be reach values over the 98%. If the temperature is around 30 degrees you will dehydrate quickly. Because of the high humidity you will sweat a lot. Get used to sudden and heavy rains even several times a day. In the rainforest is normal to be constantly wet from head to toe, both for the rains that for moisture. Useful advice for your survival. Warning. In the forest the dangers also come from above. The most dangerous animals in these areas are scorpions, mosquitoes and snakes. Of the latter there are many species, many of which are poisonous. Order not to lose the orientation. If you find a river, follow it, could bring you down to the sea or to civilization. When you walk in the forest it is always advisable to bring a machete to make their way in the dense vegetation. The machete can also come in handy as a weapon of defense and hunting. Never walk barefoot. Cover tightly feet and legs because the thorns, the ants and other small insects could cause injury. That in an environment like this, it would infect immediately. An adequate protection can protect you against spider bites and stings of scorpions and snakes. If you're following a river and notice that the sound of water becomes increasingly strong, be careful because you might be close to a waterfall. If you want to go over an obstacle, such as a waterfall or a slope, you can take advantage of the lianas. Pull them with all your might until they are detached from the tree, then maybe you use them as ropes, thus combining more than one to lengthen it. The lianas are very durable and can be helpful for 1,000 purposes. Water. If you find a river, you must be very careful to drink its water. Always boil water if you can. Food. The rainforest doesn't provide enough food to survive, but doing eye to detail you can find something. Avoid efforts to hunt, look for animals or build traps. You can eat the vegetables that the enormous flora provides. You can eat fruits fallen from the trees, leguminous plants, coconuts, palm shoots, the roots of the vine. Night and shelter. The worst moment when you get lost in the jungle is the arrival of the night. At the equator, the dark hours and the hours of light are equal. The night in the forest suddenly comes. You have to build a shelter before it gets dark. To build a shelter, always choose an elevated area. Navigate in a river. If you find a fairly wide river, you can build a raft to move faster through the forest. In a forest, wood to build a raft do not missing. You can use bark and lianas to tie the various trunks. So that's how you can survive in Amazon rainforest. I hope you guys like this video. Give your feedback in comments section.